Thanks for staying with us. So there was a story that came to us recently, and I'll try to share the story in a nutshell so that you can understand it. And we're trying to have a conversation around that issue to see what we can learn or how we can even advise these people. So a man, let's just say Mr. John. Mr. John was married to a woman in Nigeria, traveled to the UK and met Sister Princess. So he and Sister Princess had an affair in the UK for a long time, for a while. You know, maybe about a year or 2 years or something, but 2 years. Yes, they had an affair for 2 years.
Princess was not where he was married.
Princess was not married where he was married in Nigeria. He had a wife in Nigeria.
She was.
So he now came back to Nigeria, not telling Princess, I'm going home. He just said, I'm coming. He went to Nigeria and to go and meet his wife back. So Princess was there in the UK by herself. Now, talking to the man, calling the guy, telling him, when are you coming back? The man was saying, be posting her, don't worry, next week, I'm next month, you know, kept posting her for a while. When she realized the man kept posting her, she told him, Uncle, I'm pregnant too. You're pregnant, okay? So there was now that back and forth of, okay, it's not my child, it's your child, whatever. Anyway, fast forward. This woman has refused to allow this man to see the child, except he comes back to the UK. The man probably travels to the UK and probably doesn't go there because maybe he doesn't have a connection with this princess lady anymore. The issue now is that the girl is 17 years old. She's a grown girl now. And according to this man, she looks exactly like him. Though the woman has said, it's not your child. She's repeatedly told the man, you have no child here. Yes, I told you you had a child, but there's no more your child. You don't have a child here. That she has a different father. She has a new father, or the child belongs to somebody else. The man doesn't believe her because he's saying that girl looks exactly like me. So the issue is, was it right for her to deny this man his child? Is it right for even him to be demanding a child after 17 years? I don't know where he was all this while.
No, he has been demanding to see the child. He has been asking since the child was born, right. I want to see my child, I want to see my child. At that time, earlier on, she had said, come to the UK. And he said, okay, he's coming, and he never came. When she knew he had a child with his wife,
she cut off all
relationship with him.
Oh, so then she found out that he was married and had his own family in Nigeria, and that's when she cut off the relationship. Now, as a woman, you put yourself in the shoes of this princess lady. You fell in love with the man who you thought was all yours. And then he goes back, he travels, he never shows up again. And then you find out that he's gone home to a family in Nigeria. And though the child you have might belong to him, in your own mind, you're thinking, okay, you're gone for good. Why are you asking for your child?
But I'm not the only one who gave birth to this child. There's a link, whether I accept it or not. And the idea is, or the prayer is, the appeal is, you don't use your children to pay back an ex for any wrongdoing. However wrong you have been dealt with, however you feel about what has transpired between you, the children shouldn't be the ones used to pay for that sin. Take the children out of what you've had. So you've had something and it no longer worked for whatever reason, and then you want to, I will suffer you, and you hold on to the child. It's very wrong. Because you know what will happen? After a few years, you can't keep denying this girl. She will find a way to find out. They always find out. And then she comes to say, why didn't you show me my father? Or the father finds her anyhow. And then
walked away.
No, it doesn't matter. He walked away. He did not walk away with his seed. That's still his seed. However he comes back, you can make that introduction and take yourself out of that way. The girl will find out how silly or how stupid he is by herself. You have nothing to do with that. It's not fair to the child to deny the child that relationship with the father. If the child has that relationship and realizes that this man is a deadbeat, he's always walking away, and I don't want to have anything, let her take the decision by herself. You're not doing her justice. So what happens is, I've had cases like this where at the end of the day, the man finds a way to reach the child without your knowledge, and they start having a relationship, and you are kicked out of the picture, and then you start crying and lamenting that men have dealt with you and all that. Please do not involve your children in whatever you've had. Whether he has gone, he's not coming. I don't think he's coming back to want to marry you or whatever it is. He just wants to see his child. He just wants to have a relationship with his child. Allow him that. Okay. And mind your business.
You know, if you live in a society where single motherhood is not a big deal, you know, there are women like you who raise their kids. The man comes in, gets out, and he moves on. And you, as a single mother, you're successful. You can raise your child to be very, very successful. So you're in a society where it's not a big deal. So he walked away to his own family in Nigeria. We're fine here. I don't need you. This girl will grow up without you. It's not one of those, you need a father figure. So I'll get the father figure for her. Does she have the right to say, I don't need this man in my life, and I don't want you there because you're not there from the beginning. You walked out. Don't bother walking back in. Doesn't she have the right to do that?
I think I agree with Obiajulu on this. I think she needs to know her father, her real father. She might disregard him because I know of a situation very close to me. I'll tell you who it is later. The mother didn't let him see his real father. He grew up knowing another person as his real father. When he found out who his real father was, he now made the effort to be close to his real father and his other siblings against what the mother really wanted. The mother didn't want him to be close to the real father because she felt the father had abandoned her. So he found a way, and till today, his real father's siblings and their children are close to his kids. He is no more, but his kids
maintain that relationship.
Maintain that relationship. You know, so if the girl ever finds out, she will resent her mother.
But she can also understand that her mother was hurt. I mean, you can't come to the UK, meet me, fall in love with me, impregnate me, and then you disappear for years. You know, you can understand where the woman's position is coming from. She's hurt.
Yes.
So 17 years after.
What think can happen?
You know, so I'm of the opinion that it's human to hurt. It's human to be heartbroken. It's human to even lash out and block the person off for a while. But we must acknowledge that a man can be a terrible husband, a terrible boyfriend, and an amazing father. And when a woman allows her experience with his role as a boyfriend or the husband, put that block between seeing him as a father or not allowing him to fulfill his role as a father, then you are doing a disadvantage. You're doing a disservice to your daughter, because you've only seen him play a role. You've seen him as a boyfriend that disappointed you. You've seen him as a boyfriend that broke your heart. But this same boyfriend that broke your heart could be an amazing father to your daughter that you did not allow yourself experience. I also think that it's very important for us to give room for healing. And you don't need to like this person. You have a child with the person. You have a soul tie forever and ever with this person. You might as well find a way to deal with the situation, especially since the man is clamoring for a relationship. So the woman just has found something to hang over the man's head, like, I'm never going to let you know this girl. You will not know this girl. This is my own way of getting back at you for abandoning me all this while. That's not right. You shouldn't use your child as a pawn in your emotional
Well, how does she win?
back and forth.
How does she win?
You don't always win.
How do you win?
You can't win with a human being.
Your mind, you're winning because I've held on to your child.
No human being is meant to win over another human being. No human being is meant to dominate another human being. In all our laws of domination, we dominate every other thing but human beings. Yeah. So I cannot control how human beings will react to me. I can't control how the person would be loyal or disloyal. We can't control any human being. We're not meant to dominate a human being. You're meant to support, cherish the relationship, love, and move on if it doesn't work out.
What if she has told the child that the other man is the father?
The father, yeah. That's
and
what
the new man.
Yeah, the new man.
Yeah.
The child is not even aware she has another father.
Yes. Exactly.
Till one day she finds the man, or the man finds her, and then they now start a whole conversation.
It always happens when there's a medical emergency.
Exactly.
Or you want to get visa for
blood
countries.
or something.
Yeah, stuff like that. That's when
they will now open a whole kind of, and the girl will be looking at her mother to say, why didn't you just tell me? Why did you take away this decision from me? You shouldn't take away that decision from your child. You may say, okay, I will wait till she's 18. She's an adult, and then I'll have a conversation and tell her. But you cannot take away that decision. See, children never forget. No matter what the man had done to you, he not do it to me. He just waka. So let me be the one to do that. And one of the reasons I'm saying this is a similar story to my life. So they had an issue, and my mom left, and she appeared when I was 17, exactly 17 years. And there was something my father did. My father didn't stop her from having a relationship with me, and I'm grateful to him for that. And all the while that she wasn't there, my father never spoke bad about her.
Okay.
For whatever reason, I don't know. He gets frustrated and everything, but he never spoke any bad word about her. So he opened up that relationship, and he wanted me to go into that relationship and make my own observations and decisions.
17 years.
Yeah, I lost it, but what will I do? Life has to go on. And I know at the time that she appeared, there was a bit of jealousy. My father was a bit jealous. My father was looking at me to see how I would react and everything. But I don't know. I had the kind of wisdom growing up. I was smart about it. And even when I would come back from school, when I got into the university, and I was like, I'm coming to Lagos to visit my mom, my father never liked it. But he would say, okay, since you don't want to stay with me again. You know, that's kind of subtle blackmail. I say, no, Daddy, I'll stay 2 weeks with you. I'll go to Lagos. I'll stay 2 weeks. So anytime I'm around, I'll make sure I make his favorite dishes for him and just make him feel like, you're not losing me. You raised me. I know you. I have a bond with you. Me and my father, we are carbon copy. We look alike and everything. So that thing he did gave me an opportunity to get to know this person. So she may not have been a good wife to you, but she could be a good mother to me. And I was able to weigh both of them and made my decision today. Today, I have a good relationship with both of them. They are not together anymore. She's married, happily married in her home. My husband is where, my father is where he is. And we have a relationship. So I relate to my mother and I relate to my father. And I'm grateful to him for that. Imagine if he had stopped me from having that relationship and tomorrow that woman finds me. Maybe
I know you're so close to your sister.
The man has sent
to your siblings.
The man has sent a text. He said she was aware I was married even before we started dating. She used to communicate with my wife right from when I was in the UK.
Wow.
Even when I came back, she still called her his wife. So
she knew where
she knew he was married. So
that doesn't make that for me. That doesn't add anything.
It adds a lot.
It doesn't add to me because if I knew you were married, so both of us are adults that decided to cheat on each other, right?
Yeah.
Cheat, right?
Yeah.
And you cheating on your wife, and I know, and you went back. So
but
then she's not withholding the fruit of that cheating from him.
Because listen, she's an away match, so she's like, you know what? I want to keep my away property. I'm keeping it. It doesn't belong to you. Listen,
but you don't make
people
buy.
You buy seeds in banks. These days.
But you know,
so it's not a big deal because the father of the child doesn't mean that it's not that important anymore.
There is something. No, I know you're trying to play. Get another angle. I feel that some men would have walked away. And for me, without meeting this man, I sort of have this compassion for him because he's not the kind of man that will just say, they say they kept her, let me just go. He still wants to have a relationship with the daughter. And I think that he should go above and beyond and sneak and swim through the ocean, jump over the mountain, get your way to see your daughter.
And the fact that he has been asking about his daughter from day one. So it's not like
he has sent people, he has sent his family.
She's almost 18 and she's an adult. So very soon, this time next year.
Just wait 1 more year and get access.
Yeah,
because he wants to be involved.
Yeah. Because I remember, I think I've shared this story with you guys. A woman was telling me her story. My friend was telling me somebody's very close to her story that she had 3 boys and she kept them away from their father. And they grew up and they became adults. I mean, so over 18 and they went to go and find their father. And when they found their father, she had no issues with it. She was like, just keep the relationship outside. Don't bring it home. But even though they developed the relationship with their father, at some point, the man was about to be 60 years old. And they wanted to celebrate the 60th in their house.
Hey.
For the father. She said that when they told her, came to break the news, she was crying, rolling on the floor, begging them never that this is going to disgrace her. After she finished rolling,
you've made up your mind.
We've made up our mind.
Wow.
Having his birthday party in this house. These are men that have chosen house. So she said that when she now finally agreed, her own was show up and get out. She said that when they now had the party, the way they decorated the house.
They've never done that
for her. They have never done that for her. And she was like, in my own house, they brought caterers, and they had a ball with the man. They were playing, gisting and laughing. They had a party. She was upstairs in her room, crying, hearing music. She said, when it got 11 p.m., everybody get out of my house. She had to go downstairs and say, everybody get out of my house. But they're having too much fun.
Bitterness.
Yes, that's bitterness. So with this woman, we don't want this woman to get to that point. Where this girl will now be owned and looking for the father. We don't want that bitterness. So it's the earlier you embrace,
the better.
The better.
The earlier you
understand
that you cannot stop a child from finding their father or their mother, the better for you. And the earlier, while you're raising them, it's very important that you do not add toxicity Whatever has happened between is not for the children to hear, to be gisting, your father is a witch, your mother is a wicked, did this, it has nothing to do with the children.
This man's claim is only photographer. You never get paternity test, because the woman might be right, that's not your child.
But he has asked for paternity test.
But still, the woman, it's her choice not to, until she's 18, then she can go and do paternity test. But it's her choice. So she decides if I'm going to give a paternity test. I don't need to, I don't have to. But he is depending on picture. Picture could be wrong. Anybody can look like anybody now.
Hey, this look is too. I saw the picture.
No, there's no. You can't tell. You can't say I am your father without with a picture. It's not possible.
No, you can't.
Wait for the girl to be an adult. The girl can do a paternity test herself, and then if you're the father, period. Case closed.
I think that the man shouldn't also hold a grudge against the girl, the woman, because we deal with emotions in different ways. You know, we deal with emotions in different ways, and we cannot control another person's emotion.
I think they both love themselves, gone. Yeah. So is that bitterness?
There's no love.
There's no love.
Cheated on your. Let's not even
let's not go there. Let's not face let's not face this woman today.
Because we're not your friend.
Yes, cheating.
Away
matches.
Don't like cheating.
You even had tried to call it sending message to YK on the show.
We just
away match.
Your daughter that one. We are just.
I sent another message.
Please.
This one is really.
He said she's stopping me from coming down for DNA.
Oh, okay, so you can. But you can.
So just wait a year. Just wait a year.
Just wait a year.
17 years.
But he still needs her consent.
Yeah.
Till, I think, you're right. 18. She's 18.
Yeah.
So at 18, he can.
If you waited 17 years, you can wait one more year.
I don't think he even knows where she is.
Mike, we have to wrap up. That's all we can take. We don't try it for this pencil.
Yeah, we have.
Have a great day. No more away matches, Mr. Person, Mr. John.
I never that man.
See you tomorrow. Bye for now.